Hey, from New Jersey, it's the SNL Nerds, the show where two comics from New Jersey nerd out about Saturday Night Live. I'm your co-host, Darren Patterson.
And I'm your co-host, John Trumbull.
John Trumbull, how are you, sir? This is the first episode after, well, not the first, the second after episode.
Oh, we're getting off to a great start.
Yes.
It's the first episode. No, wait, not the first. Oh, no, the second. No, wait, okay.
Oh, well, I was going to say it's the first episode after the season ended, but that's not true. There's the second.
Yeah, well, we do our season in review, and then we move on to like whatever the heck we want for the summer.
Right. So this is the first episode of the summer. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, it's the first episode of our summer season where we can just do whatever the F we want.
That's right.
Which is kind of fun. So we can.
It's a summer school episode, baby. Let's slack off, bro.
Yeah, we're not like those lazy SNL actors who take the whole summer off from the show. No, we keep on rolling with the podcast.
The SNL actors out there just laying about on some sunny beach or on a yacht, just having all types of fun and drinking wine and partying with the social elites. Not us.
Yeah.
We're out here in the SNL, in the coal mines of SNL, just mining for comedy gold and entertainment for you people.
That's right.
Yeah, we're the working man podcast. Yeah.
That's maybe just a nice way to say like unsuccessful.
But. Well, okay. All right. Yeah, you can say that too. That's another word to use. I like to use the word hardworking and salt of the earth.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. That works too.
Yeah, thank you. Too. Yeah. So we decided today to talk about this documentary here, like a latest documentary come out about the great Martin Short. So we're talking about the Netflix documentary Marty, Life is Short, directed by Lawrence Kasdan, director of The Big Chill, Silverado, and The Accidental Tourist. And when I first heard his name, I was like, Lawrence.
And Body Heat.
Body Heat. Yeah, so like when I first heard this, I was like, Lawrence Kasdan, what does he have to do with Martin Short? And then they explain it in the doc.
They go back. They're buddies.
They're buddies.
It's kind of like how Rob Reiner made that documentary about Albert Brooks a year or two ago. So. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I didn't realize, that's one thing about this documentary. I didn't realize how many people Martin Short like knows. He seems to be friends with like half of Hollywood.
He's been around for so long, and for like 40 odd years. And he seems like a very personable guy, and he seems like a very well-loved guy.
Yeah.
So, the doc opens up with footage from like Christmas of 1992. And we've got, in the first few minutes of the doc, we see Tom Hanks, Eugene Levy, Dave Thomas, Catherine O'Hara, Steve Martin. I mean, it's just a murderer's row of people.
Yeah, there's like Joe Flaherty pops in, and like that's like kind of the main through line of this. There's a lot of home video footage throughout this whole thing, and a lot of this doc takes place at Marty's house, and he seems to be like pretty well known for throwing these huge parties at his house. Like there are so many parties that happen at Marty's parties. So many parties happening at his house. And they all look awesome. They're all like, wow, I want to be at this party. This looks rad.
They do look very cool. I mean, he's obviously like a very extroverted guy. I mean, Steve Martin says early in the documentary, like if you're having a party and you invite Marty and you find out that Marty can't come, you cancel the party.
Yeah.
Which, wow, what a testament.
Yeah, no, because he is the party. He's like, he's just like this very outgoing, gregarious, joyful man. I mean, in the movie, they talk about, of course, the tragedies in his life and whatnot, and how he's able to overcome them. But we all know Martin Short, and we all love Martin Short, so we all know how great and amazing he is. Like, I kind of thought about it for a while, and it really kind of dawned on me that like he's like one of the few comedic actors that I know of that like every generation likes. Like boomers like Martin Short, Gen X likes Martin Short, Gen Z, millennials, like everybody. I don't know too many comedic actors that can do that. Like somebody in their 50s like him, and somebody in their 20s like him. Like Martin
Yeah.
Short is just beloved by everybody, except for that one jagoff that wrote that article a few years back.
What was that? Refresh my memory on that article. That sounds
Like
vaguely familiar, but I don't remember
it was like, don't you remember? There
the
was like
ins and
some
outs of it.
article, some article writing saying like, oh, Martin Short's kind of overrated or whatever, and then
Mm-hmm.
like the entire internet rained down on this guy,
Yeah, I
saying,
sort of remember that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
I think I
everybody,
kind of expunged that from my memory because it was so stupid.
as you should, as you
Yeah.
should. And like everybody came to Martin's defense. Everybody's like, no, Martin Short's awesome. Martin Short's fantastic. Everybody loves Martin Short. Like, you suck. You suck. Martin Short's
You
fantastic.
suck, sir.
You suck.
I'm assuming it was a sir, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
It was a dude, right?
Oh,
I mean, if
yeah.
there's someone with a horribly awful take, it's usually a dude.
Yeah, it's usually dudes saying dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
And I say this as a dude. We say a lot of.
I mean, not us. We are like the two dudes who have demonstrably correct takes about everything.
Yes, we're the correct dudes, indeed.
Yes.
Absolutely. But yeah, then this doc kind of delves into his childhood a little bit. He's the youngest of five, of course, a proud Canadian. They talk about his brother. I had no idea. This was new to me. Like, I didn't know his brother Michael was a comedy writer and and he wrote on SCTV, and he won Emmys for writing on Schitt's Creek. He was a producer on Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, he's a Golden Globe winner, and he's collaborated with Martin Short on a lot of things that he's done over the course of his career. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I mean, because Short is such a common name, you wouldn't immediately make that association. It's like, oh, he must be related to Martin Short. But.
Yeah. But no, I thought that's kind of cool. He's like it's almost like his brother is like the Peter Aykroyd to Martin's Dan, in a way.
Genius.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, do you want to continue that analogy through like Bill Murray's brother and Mike Myers' brother and John Belushi's brother?
I feel like you already did that.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So done.
Okay.
Very nice. And they talk about his family. They talk about his dad, Charles Short, who is a very funny, sarcastic man. A bit of a drinker. Enjoyed his liquor, and they also get into how Marty was like from a very early age. It's really good at telling jokes and performing, and he seemed to have this confidence at a young age, just like doing like Sinatra songs as a kid in his room. And it's like, wow.
He was so obviously like a born performer from early on. He's doing fake variety shows by himself up in his room. And then it was like, he gets called down to dinner and he goes down and has dinner and then goes back up. And yet he's in pre-med in school and then he switched to social work.
Wow. Yeah, that's...
and he finally and he's doing like community theater and stuff. And then finally it's like, oh, hey, maybe I should pursue this as a career.
Yeah, like when he said he was in pre-med, I was like, pre-med? What? Yeah. Nothing you've told me in this doc so far have showed me that you had an interest in pre-med.
I mean, maybe it was just that his generation is like you have to have a stable career, and people are always going to need doctors or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So maybe it's that. He's.
I mean, he mentioned he never did theater in high school. He also mentioned that he met his good friend Eugene Levy back in 1970 at McMaster University, and I think Eugene Levy's even on the record saying like, "Yeah, Martin Short's my best friend. I've known him forever."
Yeah, they both say they're each other's best friends, and I was like, wow, I would have bet money that Steve Martin was Marty Short's best friend because they've just done so much stuff together over the years. I'm like, why are you working with Eugene Levy more?
Yeah, that is true. They don't. I mean, they've on SCTV, of course, they've worked together, but they haven't been in like a lot of movies together.
I just don't think of them as a double act the way I do Martin Short and Steve Martin because they've done so much together, from like Three Amigos to Father of the Bride to Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
And, that's just, and not that Eugene Levy is a bad choice to have a best friend. I would love to be best friends with Eugene Levy, but
Eugene's great.
Just surprised me slightly.
Yeah, no. Hey, my Eugene Levy impression. Oh, thank you.
That's good. That's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
I can see the eyebrows.
Yes. Oh.
By the way, you also get to like monitor the growth of Eugene Levy's eyebrows over the years.
Yes. They go from inchworms to caterpillars
Yeah,
as the
yeah,
years go on.
it as well. But I mean, and they talk about like so after Marty Short finally kind of surrenders and gets into the performing arts, he's in this famous production of Godspell where it was like him and Andrea Martin and Victor Garber and Paul Schaefer was a piano player
Damn.
and and like so many people who went on to SCTV and other stuff. And like if I ever got a time machine, one of the things I would do is go back to I think it's like 1979 to see this production of Godspell because it must have been amazing. Oh,
I
and
mean,
Gilda Radner. Did I mention Gilda Radner? She's in it.
SNL Connection, Gilda Radner, Jane
Yeah.
Eastwood, Catherine O'Hara was there too, Dave Thomas. I
Yeah.
mean, John Candy, I believe, was in it. Yeah, this is
It's just practically everyone from this production of Godspell went on to great success in the comedy world.
I mean, yeah,
And
it's fantastic.
and like Eugene Levy introduced Marty to Andrea Martin. Andrea Martin dated Gilda Radner for a while, and he was like, "Well, you know, everyone fell in love with Gilda," and like, you know, because it's like young actors in the late '70s, like everybody hooked up with everybody else at some point.
It was a better time.
He was, yeah, because it's you know,
Yeah,
we're still in like the sort of the sexual revolution of the '60s and '70s. AIDS isn't a thing yet, so
yeah. I mean, it
yeah,
sounded
everybody,
yeah. I mean, it sounded cool. Like when they were talking about the parties they would have, like
yeah,
because Eugene and Martin were roommates, and everybody would just
hmm
come to their house and hang out. That it just sounds like a really cool hang. Just like a bunch of theater kids
yeah,
just getting drunk off of
getting
Merlot,
drunk, hooking up,
like
yeah,
singing show tunes. I mean, my
yeah.
God, that's the life for me.
And then Marty Short falls in love with Gilda Radner's understudy.
Mm.
He like breaks up with Gilda, and then he goes to a bar and he happens to like he run into Nancy Dolman, and she had just broken up with her partner,
Well,
and they
well,
just kind of yeah they just kind of hooked up and got together and
yeah, and they've been together for so many years. It's
yeah
pretty insane, like how long they've been together.
yeah
It's
yeah
beautiful. It's beautiful too.
yeah it is. And like Catherine O'Hara is talking about like at one point she was going through a rough patch in her marriage with her husband, and she went to a marriage counselor, and the marriage counselor was like, okay, well, is there like a relationship that you want to emulate in your marriage? And she said Marty and Nancy, and the therapist said like, I've heard that from so many people.
Yeah, like I will say this about the doc. I do like how the focus they placed on Nancy and how important she
Hmm
was to Martin and their family, and how she really
Yeah,
was like the rock, like the solid foundation that kind of kept Marty tethered and everybody tethered, because like throughout the doc, everybody was like, yeah, we would just kind of do what Nancy would say to do. She was like kind of the den mother, and like we all kind
hmm
of we looked up to her, and we kind of maybe idolized her a little bit, and we were all like, she was like so cool and down to earth and nice and sweet, and like we really like kind of looked up to her. It was very sweet.
yeah, yeah. And like another interesting point that they made is like Martin Short sort of made the point that like when you were an actor in Canada at that point in time, you kind of did everything there was to do in entertainment. You sang, you danced, you did theater, you did public access television, you did this, you did that, and you just kind of bounced all around. So you became like a very versatile performer.
Yeah, jack of
And
all
it's not
trades, some would say.
yeah, it's not as segmented as the American entertainment industry, I think.
Mm. Yeah.
So and he said, you know, and then Second City was starting up in Toronto around this time, you know, like the sister city to Chicago. And Martin Short says, like, oh yeah, I didn't want to audition. He was like, I wanted to be Sinatra, and I didn't want to be funny on demand. So
But he is
it's like,
funny on command. I don't understand that part. I
yeah,
never got. I was yeah, but you're like funny. Like you are kind of funny on command at like parties and stuff. So just do
mhm.
that in front of a camera. or in front of an audience, man. But I don't
You know,
know.
maybe it just came so easily to him he didn't realize. Like maybe it didn't feel like the thing he should do. Like I don't know. Like you should sweat a little more.
I
I
guess,
don't
yeah.
know, but it seems so obvious in retrospect. It's like, yes, you are a comedic actor. This is what you should do, Martin Short. But
You should be do comedic acting, Martin
yeah,
Short. But yeah, so Martin and Nancy were still together. Martin was still trying to figure out his life. Meanwhile,
hmm
Nancy got a record deal out in L.A. So she and Marty moved out there, and she got on primetime TV, and she was doing stuff and getting getting gigs and getting all these opportunities. And Marty was just kind of directionless. He was like, "Oh, what do I
yeah,
do with my life now? All my friends are seeming to be eclipsing me, and I'm just kind
yeah.
of
And he was like kind of in a funk. He was like, oh yeah, I hadn't worked in 2 months. I was in a funk, and then he finally decided, I think I want to go to Second City, and because that's where all his friends were. Um, and he talked about how he developed the character of Ed Grimley,
mm,
and like the hairstyle. He was like moosing up his hair, and like one of the actors was like, "Oh, your hair's getting really pointy." So like one night he just put it into this almost a unicorn horn just to crack up this other actor in the cast, and that became the character.
yeah, like in like that Bob's Big Boy, Ace
hmm
Ventura
Yeah,
type of hairdo. Wild,
and he says like the shirt for Ed Grimley is like a shirt that he wore in 11th grade.
nice, classic.
Yeah, and he just kind of bounced around. He was doing like the Second City live shows. He had a guest spot on the sitcom Taxi, and then
Mm.
finally he joins SCTV a few seasons in, and he's like, "Oh, I was just on fire with creativity there."
Yeah, yeah, they were great. I mean, he was there with all his friends that he knew from
hmm
acting and whatnot. His
Right.
brother was writing there.
Yeah.
Andrea Martin became his sister-in-law, actually. So
Right,
like
because
they
she
were,
married Nancy's brother Bob, so
yes,
he's like Andrea Martin, I guess, is his sister-in-law by marriage.
yeah,
I think that's how that works. So
yeah, and like SCTV was really taken off. I did like the some of the clips they showed. Like I kind of remembered where they did like the battle of the PBS stars, where it was
hmm
Julia Child against Mister Rogers in a boxing match.
yeah.
And like I think John Candy was Julia and Martin was Mister Rogers. I remember that as a kid and thinking it was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. So there's a lot of SCTV clips. He's also talking around the same time he and Nancy are starting to try and have kids,
Mm.
but they were having trouble conceiving or having trouble getting pregnant, and like Nancy goes on some sort of hormones or meds to make it easier, and apparently it was just wreaking havoc with her moods and stuff. And so he was finally like, okay, we're getting off the medicine. We're just going to adopt.
Yeah, because I think they found out Nancy had endometriosis and she was
hmm
so like pregnancy was an issue. So yeah,
Yeah,
they ended up adopting 3 kids, and Marty
yeah,
loved being a dad to all these kids. It was, yeah, and you get to see some really great like home movie footage of like how he genuinely enjoys these kids and
hmm
nurtures them and loves being silly and just basically a big goofy dad type. It's very
yeah,
wholesome. It's very sweet. It's like, oh, I want Martin
yeah,
Short. Will you
yeah,
be my dad?
yeah. And he talks about how like I would have stayed on SCTV forever, but it was canceled. And then like right after that, he's invited to join SNL,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is a show we've covered a bit on
Yeah,
this podcast.
yeah. I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Yeah,
But that's wild that SCTV got canceled because like they were winning Emmys and shit. Like
yeah.
it was a big deal. So I'm not sure
It
why
ran for what, like 5 years, something like that.
something like that. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. Like after 5 years, you're like, all right, get out of here with you and your Emmys. What? What you?
I don't know.
What you? What you?
I don't know.
Ugh.
Yeah, corporate bosses are dumb.
They really are. They're not smart like us podcasters.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're dumb, and they're getting dumber with each passing moment.
Dumb, dumb, dummity, dumb, dumb.
Dumb and more evil.
Comma, dumb, doobie, doo, dumb, dumb.
So he goes to SNL. He like the first thing he does there pretty much is the synchronized swimming sketch with
Mhm.
Harry Shearer. Which, if you've watched any sort of SNL retrospective, you've seen at least a few seconds of this sketch.
I can't swim.
Yeah, he can't swim. So,
I'm not
so
a,
it's going to be really difficult for us to get into the Olympics
yeah,
for '88.
I'm not a strong swimmer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you've seen it,
And
like, yeah,
they make the point early on, like Steve Martin, I think, made the point early on that like Marty Short has all his characters are so extreme and bizarre, but he still makes them feel kind of real, you know?
yeah. Like, I mean, I think the other, probably most known character he did at SNL was the Nathan Thurm
Mm-hmm.
character, who's like very defensive. I think it's like a
He was
he was
he
like
was
a
on like a 60 Minutes piece, and like Mike Wallace was grilling him, and he was like, "I know that. Don't you think I know that? It's so funny that you
I
think
know
I
that.
don't know that." Yeah,
Well, I would know
and
that, of course.
he reveals that that character was kind of based on his makeup lady at SNL.
Yeah, Marion Siebert, who was like
Mm-hmm.
extremely defensive and,
Mm-hmm.
like, was always afraid, and like as he was doing it, he was always afraid that, like, the makeup artist would catch on to him and, like, call him
Mm-hmm.
out on it. But she never did until the very end of the season after he left, or as he was
Right.
leaving.
Yeah. Well, like somebody got drunk and they were like, "Don't you realize this is you?"
Of course I know that. Don't you think I know
Yeah.
that? Of course I know that. Why would I know that?
Something I think I remember some cartoonist saying in an interview. It might have been Scott Adams, the guy who did Dilbert, who said like, if you switch the gender on the person you're parroting, nobody ever makes the connection.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
yeah, because like you don't think like, oh, that woman is based on me. You're like, what a weird thing to think. It was like,
Int-
no, that can't be me. I'm this gender. It can't be that gender.
No, that's a man being an asshole.
It's a man, baby.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
But so yeah, so he's very successful on SNL, but he's getting kind of burned out, and he asks to leave like after a year. He comes to Dick Ebersol, who was producing the show at that time, and like early in the season, he's like, "Oh, I don't think this is working out. I think this is too much of a grind. I think I gotta quit the show." And Dick Ebersol is like, "Well, stick around till Christmas and see if you still feel that way." And Dick Ebersol kind of shrewdly knew if I get him to stay around after Christmas, he'll be like kind of over the hump. So,
Hmm.
and he'll stick around for a whole season, which is what happened.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He got him. But like soon enough, Martin Short did get kind of burnt out
Mm-hmm.
of the show. He was there from '84 to '85, and
Mm-hmm.
he basically says, yeah, like with SNL, you do get burnt out really quickly, and you're not able to see the
Yeah.
family as much, and
Right.
show takes away all your concentration, and it's just, yeah, it's just
It's
not how you
it's
want to spend
wild
time.
to think that he was only on SNL for a season as a regular. I mean, I
Yeah,
know he's come back and hosted a number of times and all that, but he casts a long shadow on the show considering how briefly he was on it.
he really does. Like, he's one of those cast members that, like, he's done a lot. Like we said, like, I mean, he had Ed Grimley, he had
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Thurm,
Mm-hmm. He
Synchronized
did his
Swimmer.
Katharine Hepburn impression,
Yes, on
which
the relatives of the lifestyles of the rich and famous, which I
yeah,
think that show. I don't even know if younger people even remember that show anymore with Robin
with
Leach.
Robin Leach. Yeah.
But yeah, like,
Well, actually, Robin Leach's name was in the Epstein files, I think. So he
oh
has
shit,
gotten a bit more uh, notability, I guess is the word. I don't want to say cachet or anything like that, but his name's out there again.
he's back, baby. It's comeback. This is his comeback moment.
I mean, he's been dead for quite some time, but
What?
yeah.
Oh, R.I.P. Robin Leach.
No, he
No,
was
all
in
right.
the Epstein files, so that's
Oh, F U
FUCKHIM.
yes, FUCKHIM.
Yeah.
Robin Leach. Rest in piss.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. All right.
Anyway, yeah. So Martin Short, after he leaves SNL, he has some great tragedy in his life after that. Like his oldest brother is killed in an accident, and he says like at the funeral, his mom started coughing, and then that turned out to be cancer, and then she was supposed to live only had like 3 months to live, but then somehow it went into remission, and then she lived for another 2 years. And then when his mom dies, his dad's health starts going downhill. Uh, and
Yeah,
Martin Short, I think, actually says, "We had a speed dial to the funeral parlor," which is
yeah,
a
it's
great dark joke.
very much. So. Yeah, he basically said, I think it's he was on Tom Schneider saying, yeah, I lost my brother
Mhm.
when I was 12, I lost my mom when I was 18, and I lost my
Yeah,
dad at 20. Which,
yeah,
damn,
yeah. Okay, so this didn't happen after SNL. This was
no,
just the point in the documentary it came up in.
yeah, yeah. Like this is the point where they talk about more about his family and his upbringing
Yeah.
in Canada. His mom was the concert mistress of the Hamilton Philharmonic Orchestra,
Hmm.
which concert mistress. I don't think I've ever heard of that term, but
Me neither.
okay.
No.
But yeah, like it said like my mom was very nice, sweet, and kind. Kind of balanced out his dad's energy. He was a little bit more acerbic, and yeah, unfortunately, his older brother David died in an accident, and mom got cancer, and yeah, the dad had ar- ar- arteriosclerosis.
Sclerosis, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was also a heavy smoker and
Yeah.
drinker, and he had got some strokes. And
And this is
damn,
something I've been thinking lately. Is it seems like so many people who are just wildly successful in comedy, a lot of them have like these great tragedies early in their lives, and I think you have to develop like a deeper reservoir of humor to kind of deal with that and overcome it. Like
mm,
I recently got Molly Shannon's autobiography, Hello, Molly.
mm,
And like the first thing she talks about in there is her mother and her sister dying in a car accident that she
yeah,
was in.
yes, I
And
remember talking about that.
yeah, and like Stephen Colbert, his father and I think several of his brothers died in a plane crash
Yeah,
when he was fairly young.
yeah, they did.
And like this with Marty, I hear it so often. I really think that there might be some sort of connection. Is that gives you a drive
Mm.
that you have? Like I remember, like Taylor Tomlinson is like one of the most successful stand-ups today. She has a joke about she's like, "You think I would have these Netflix specials if my mom had lived past me being 8?" And I mean, I really do think it gives you like an extra drive or an extra something to that you have to do that. You know.
Yeah, that does. I mean, I have heard that. Like people say,
Mm-hmm.
to be a great comedian, you need to overcome some huge adversity or
Mm-hmm.
have some, big tragedy in your life. It's almost sort of the same. It's like akin to if you want to be a great musician or any type of artist,
Yeah.
you have to have some sort of pain or like something happen in your life to kind of take you to that next level. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I sometimes I do understand it. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know fully know if I agree. But then I see, I don't know. There's like a lot of evidence kind of pointing to the fact that yeah, that there is some, uh, there is some truth to from pain or from
Yeah.
adversity comes great art.
But I mean, Marty Short's default seems to be very joyful. He seems to just be happy as his norm. You know,
Yeah,
that seems to be where his normal levels are set. So even though he's had a lot of this, and it unfortunately has continued into uh, very recent years as well.
mm.
Um,
But yeah, no. Martin
yeah.
says he's maintaining. He tries to maintain the merry theme of life. That seems to
Hmm.
be the mantra he goes by. Like not like it's like this part in the doc. The interviewer that has asked him about how he's able to deal with all this loss, and
Hmm.
he kind of says, well, the best way to honor these people's lives is to have joy and kind of maintain the merry, like because like they wouldn't want you to sort of be wallowing in your sadness and loss for them. They would want you to celebrate them and enjoy your life while you still have it.
Hmm.
Which
Hmm.
I think that's a I think that's a pretty good way to to go about
Yeah,
it.
that's a great sentiment.
Yeah. I mean, of course, whenever anybody leaves your life, of course, the natural default is to be sad, have sorrow for them because, they're no longer in your lives. But at the same time,
mhm.
you do need to show some, maybe, how do I want to say this? Like, you have to sort of celebrate their lives and everything they've done. And, just to celebrate that you had this moment with them. Because
Mhm.
what is not grief but love persevering?
Oh, okay.
Mhm. I saw.
I didn't know we had Paul Bettany here on the podcast today.
Yeah. Oh God, that quote was pretty fantastic.
It is a great
A
quote. Yes,
fantastic quote.
it's. I mean, that's
Woo,
that made that show.
fire.
It's we're quoting from the WandaVision show. If you don't know
Yeah,
that quote was everywhere, so you might have seen that even if
yeah.
you didn't happen to watch that show.
That quote was straight fire, as the kids say. No
Mm.
cap, no cap on God.
So anyway, so we kind of continue on with Marty Short's career. His first movie is Three Amigos,
Ha ha.
which and he talks about he's very pretty frank about like he bonded with Steve Martin and Chevy Chase in a big way, but the movie wasn't terribly successful and it wasn't terribly well reviewed. And
Yeah,
it opened second to The Golden Child, and and apparently, like if you bring up Three Amigos with him, even years later, he would be like, "Oh yeah, but that movie didn't do very well. It opened second to The Golden Child." And I think it was John Mulaney who was like, "Marty, nobody cares that it opened second to The Golden Child anymore. Like, because people came had discovered that movie in other ways since, and they don't care how well it did. They just care if they like the movie."
yeah. I mean, like listeners, hey, go back and listen to our Three Amigos episode where we talk about it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there has been like I guess a revision, reappraisal
Mm-hmm.
of that movie.
Reappraisal, yeah.
Yeah, like people love it now because like I do remember seeing this movie a lot on like Sunday afternoons coming on Channel 11 or Channel 5 and like just laughing my ass off at it. I thought it was hilarious. I
Yeah,
still love it. Got it on DVD. Love it.
it's cinematic comfort food.
Hmm.
It's a very funny movie, and that was produced by Lorne Michaels, and I think co-written by Lorne Michaels, if I'm remembering that correctly.
Yeah, I think he had a hand in that.
Yeah, because I think it was produced in the tail end of Lorne Michaels' 5-year hiatus from SNL. It was like right before he came back to the show.
But yeah,
So
like
he does.
I dug it movie.
Mhm. Yeah, so he does Three Amigos. Doesn't do so hot. He does another movie, Inner Space, which
Mm.
was sort of a riff on oh crap, why am I forgetting the name of that movie? Where they're shrunk down and injected into the person.
Oh,
Fantastic Voyage.
okay. Oh, and yeah, Three Amigos, written by Steve Martin, Lorne Michaels, and Randy Newman.
Okay, okay. So he does Inner Space with Randy Quaid, Meg Ryan, and no one sees it.
Yeah, this is kind of a bit of a ongoing thing because that is
Mhm.
something like I kind of thought about as when we talk about Martin Short's career. It's like, oh, he's been in a lot of movies that didn't quite do very well at the box office. So I was wondering
Yeah.
how they were going to address that.
Well, I mean, he says I think early on in the doc he's like 80% of things don't work, but if you just keep going, you eventually get enough good things that. I mean, I think more favorably of Martin Short's career than unfavorably.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, every time I see like a Martin Short movie, I like him in it, even though
Hmm.
maybe the movie itself is, depending on what it is, like maybe not that great, but he's always shines in it.
Right.
Yeah, and then they
Right.
also talk about the movie "Cross My Heart," which
Yeah, with
Lawrence
the
Kasdan.
romantic comedy he does with Annette O'Toole.
Yeah, which I've never even heard of that movie, but like Lawrence Kasdan was a producer on it, and that's how we got to know Lawrence Kasdan.
Right,
And
right. I've heard of that movie. I know it's like a romantic comedy between them, but I've never seen it. And I'm curious. I'd like to check that out because I like him and I like Annette O'Toole. So
yeah,
I'd like to see what that's about. I
check
mean,
it out. Yeah. Uh,
and
but there was also another thing I had no idea that Martin
uh-huh.
Short has a Tony. He,
Hmm.
my
Hmm.
man was on Broadway, or with Bernadette Peters in something called Little Me, and he won himself a Tony.
Well, he also did. No, I thought it was he was Bernadette Peters in Little Me because he did the Goodbye Girl with Bernadette Peters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My mistake. All right, I thought he
Okay.
was. They were. I thought he won the Tony for Little Me though.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, but either way,
Yeah, I didn't look up the details on Little Me. I was just taking notes on this.
okay.
But yeah, he did The Goodbye Girl, which is based on the movie with Richard Dreyfuss and oh shit, I'm blanking on the actress's name in the movie. She was married to Neil Simon, Marsha Mason,
Okay.
and great movie if you've never seen The Goodbye Girl. And they did a musical version of that. That wasn't terribly successful. I don't remember it lasting very long, but I think he got good notices in it. And he was in The Producers. He took over for Matthew Broderick in The Producers.
Nice. Yeah,
They left for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and people forget. Like, I mean, he sings a lot in a lot of his performances, but I still feel like he doesn't get the props he deserves for being a very good singer.
Yeah.
Like, my man's got pipes.
I think if you're like a comedic actor, people just don't expect you to sing, or they don't pay attention to if you sing well. They just look at you as a comedian.
Yeah.
So
It's like, oh, look, the clown can sing.
and one of his movies that did pretty well was Father of the Bride, where he is reunited with Steve Martin from Three Amigos, and he plays this wedding planner Frank, who's like this very extreme character who has just sort of an impenetrable accent. And the joke was that Diane Keaton and Kimberly Williams can understand him perfectly fine, but Steve Martin can never quite get it.
Yeah, it's like an accent almost like Hank Azaria in The Birdcage. Maybe mixed with a little Balky Bartokomous type of, or even like a little Peter McNichol in Ghostbusters 2. Janos
It's one of those foreign accents that, because it's probably like a blending of several different foreign accents, you can't quite place it.
Yeah.
And they talk about how they were kind of figuring out how to moderate the accent in this, and they're having him do like different degrees of the accent in the movie, which is, I mean, that's wild to think in retrospect.
It's like, now, Martin, I love the accent, but people are gonna want to understand you. So how can we work this out?
Yeah, but I mean, that movie was successful enough to get a sequel.
It was, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Obviously, they did something right.
Yeah, like, I mean, they go through his other movies. A lot of them not didn't do super well, but still have a cult following.
Like Clifford with Charles Grodin, where he was playing a 10-year-old child when he's 40.
Wild.
I've never watched Clifford. Is it good?
I haven't seen it either, but just the concept is, we're just gonna have this 40-year-old man play a child, and we're just not gonna address it at all. Okay,
it's out there.
It's out there. But yeah, like films like Captain Ron and Pure Luck, Three Fugitives. He had a part in Mars Attacks, The Big Picture.
I like Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks is a fun movie.
Ack.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was doing well. He was chugging along. They bought a cottage in Canada. I think his wife Nancy bought it for him without him seeing it.
Yeah, he hadn't even seen it yet, and then she buys the house.
Wild.
But apparently worked out okay. And we also get kind of into all his famous friends here. We have Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, and they're like, oh yeah, well, our kids were sort of the same age too, so we all hung out a lot. And also like Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw.
Spielberg!
I mean, it's just, good Lord. Is there no one Marty Short is not friends with?
Kurt Russell shows up with Goldie.
Yeah.
Hawn. Yeah. I feel like as soon as I said Goldie...
Thank you for specifying, because he hangs out with so many Goldies.
Mayor Goldie Wilson, that's who I meant.
Mayor Goldie Wilson. I like the sound of that.
I like the sound of that. Hey, Marty. Oh, that's hilarious. They also showed this footage of where Martin and Tom Hanks were like recreating the last scene from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Well, it's not the last scene. They
Oh,
jump into the river
oh,
early in the
right.
movie.
The last scene is something else. But yeah,
Yeah.
the scene where they jump.
Spoilers.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, but so they're showing home movie footage of Tom Hanks and Martin Short doing like their version of this scene, and they're intercutting it with footage from the actual movie of like where Sundance confesses that he can't swim before they're diving off a cliff to escape the authorities, and Paul Newman's like, "Oh, don't worry, the fall will probably kill you."
Yeah.
But they're doing it as Ed Grimley and Forrest Gump, which is
Just
wild.
Just goofing around, just having a big old
Yeah,
goof 'em up, and like they're
yeah,
doing
and then they dive off their boat or off their yacht or whatever.
off their yacht. Yeah,
Well, I don't know. They're Hollywood people.
that's true.
Is it a yeah? Do they rent this, or is this a boat that one of them own? We don't get into that, but
Yeah, it's somebody's yacht or boat. It could be. I mean, it could be Lorne's because they do show Lorne Michaels at one of these parties.
it could be Lawrence. It could be Tom Hanks. He's got Forrest Gump money by this
Yeah.
point, obviously. So
Hey, Lorne, can we
if Tom
borrow?
Hanks doesn't own a boat,
Yeah.
what the hell is the point of it all?
Hey, Lorne, can we borrow your yacht for a minute? We want to shoot a thing.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
just fill it up with gas when you return it. And then we get to what I think is probably Martin Short's greatest creation. It's probably, I think, the best thing he might have ever done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking Jiminy Glick. Like, I fucking love Jiminy Glick.
So yeah, he very succinctly explains the concept of Jiminy Glick as he's a bad interviewer who doesn't know much about the person. So he's just going in woefully unprepared. And I think we've all seen celebrity interviewers like this. I mean, for me, like the go-to is always Larry King because he was always like, "Oh, I don't want to know much about the people I interview because then I won't have that curiosity about them." I'm like, this just sounds like you're lazy and bad at your job, Larry King.
I don't want to study this math test I'm about to take because
Yeah.
I'll lose the curiosity for it.
Exactly. So, like, probably the most famous or infamous Jiminy Glick clip, I think, is he's talking to Mel Brooks around the time that he was doing the musical version of The Producers on Broadway, and he's like, "What's your big beef with the Nazis?" and he actually takes Mel Brooks by surprise, and it's like, "What's my big beef with the Nazi?" And he's like, "Oh, I just think they're bad," and he's like, I guess."
I suppose, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Just a brilliant show, and he had a regular show on Comedy Central for a while, and I remember Michael McKean was like the band leader on that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had to play the harp.
He played the harp. I think his name was Abraham Van Voorhees or something like that. and he talked to like 2 or 3 different celebrities over the course of an episode. And he interviewed Bill Hader once.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, after you listen to this podcast, if you have not seen the Jiminy Glick Bill Hader interview, I implore you, go watch it. It is just it's like 12 minutes or however long it is of just pure unadulterated comedy joy.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, I mean, because Bill Hader is such a great audience. He's such a good laugher. Yeah. And Jiminy Glick, and it's basically like Martin Short roasting people as he's interviewing them.
Yes. It's like Bill Hader. That doesn't sound like a leading man name. It sounds like a man who can install inside Windows.
He's like, yeah, that's true. And Bill Hader's like agreeing with all the criticism about him.
I like the one where Jiminy Glick, he interviews Steven Spielberg, and he says, "You've done so many films. When are you going to do the big one?"
Something that really hits.
Something that clicks with the public.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
And everyone's just so taken aback by this.
Yeah, I mean, Marty said, like you said, he came up with the character. He's always been fascinated by morons with power.
Yes.
His words, which, I mean, that's kind of Jiminy in a nutshell. But yeah, guys, go watch Jiminy Glick interviews. Like, whenever I want to have a good laugh and a smile, I put on one of those, and by golly, it always does a trick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And unfortunately, there's
Oof.
some more rough times ahead for Martin Short. At this point, he's around 2007. His wife Nancy gets an ovarian cyst, and it
Mm.
develops into cancer.
Yeah.
And so they're dealing with that. And Martin Short's like shooting the TV show Damages around that time, and they show a clip of him just sort of. He's got that like 1,000 yard stare in a close up, and it's just.
Yeah.
I mean, Damages was like a more dramatic show. It wasn't like this ultra comedic show.
No, not
Um,
at all.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
I watched
yeah.
it like early on, and I gave up on it pretty quickly. But
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh, because like I know Martin Short has done a few dramatic roles. Like
hmm
they showed a clip from him in the morning show
hmm
with Steve Carell, and like I mean, that's always interesting to see because everybody says like, oh, comedians can transition pretty easily to drama because like as you say, their comedy kind of comes from pain and their hardships, so the
hmm
drama can also come from there as well. But I think the
yeah,
few times I have seen Martin Short do drama, he is very good. It takes you a minute to like sort of
yeah,
shake off the Marty and accept
yeah. Because that's kind of your preconception of him. Is he's made you laugh in so many things. It is odd at first to see him in a straight dramatic role.
yeah, it is like,
Yeah.
oh, interesting.
And
Uh,
I guess I should clarify that the reasons I stopped watching Damages had really nothing to do with Marty Short. So,
right, absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
It was just like
Uh,
one of the other actors was doing a horrible fake Southern accent, and I
ooh,
can't stand fake Southern accents. So,
was it like two like Foghorn Leghorn were like, I say, boy, what?
well, it was like
How
it
much all them
was.
damages gonna cost me?
I don't want to put the actor on blast,
Okay.
but it was like somebody I was familiar with, so I knew that wasn't his real speaking voice. And like
Uh,
fake Southern accents are just so grating to me. I was just like, I can't continue with this. It's
Come
just
on,
driving me nuts.
put him on blast, John. Come on,
No, because I
controversy.
like the actor. He was just bad in this one thing. So,
Controversy is how we get listens, John. Don't you care about the clicks? Come
well,
on.
also he has a tough name to pronounce. So
Oh, okay. I forget it.
I'm gonna mangle it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I see.
No,
No, all right, fine. I'm trying to think of uh, Herb
it's
Erblager,
not a guessing game. I didn't say his name for a reason, Darren.
Lachlan Mulchberger.
Sure, it's Lachlan Mulchberger.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, like we said, Nancy, unfortunately contracted cancer from her
hmm
cyst, and sadly, she fought as long as she could, and she unfortunately passed away in 2010.
hmm
Uh, they showed this ABC footage of Steve Martin playing this banjo song that he dedicated to Nancy, and
Yeah.
like that got me because like you see, like, oh yeah, I made this song for my you know, for my friend Nancy. As he's saying my friend Nancy, who passed away, he's like holding back tears. He gets really
Yeah.
choked up, and that I was like, God damn, oh,
Yeah, it's really
that hurt.
and yeah, it had to be recent enough that it was still
Yeah,
getting him. Yeah.
yeah, I lost. I shed a
hmm
few tears. That was
Yeah. Because
fuck cancer, fuck cancer.
yeah, fuck cancer, big time. Um, and
Uh,
but Martin Short has a great quote. He says, "Loss is something to negotiate, and
mm,
you just still have to like navigate your way through life, even if you've suffered this great loss." And yeah, I think there is a lot of truth to that because like you just have to keep on living. You have to keep going forward.
yeah, it's what the people who we lost would want, I think.
hmm
And of course, Martin kind of after this loss, he kind of threw himself into his work and his
hmm
kids. And that leads us to his stint on John Mulaney's show. When John Mulaney had that show on Fox, and
Yeah,
he was a part of that.
Mulaney.
Mulaney.
Bellini. And yeah, I remember looking forward to that sitcom because I enjoyed John Mulaney, and of course, I'm a fan of Martin Short, and Nassim Pedrad was in it as well,
Yeah, good
and
people.
some really good people in it. But the show just did not work.
Oh,
Which I mean, it just shows you what a crapshoot uh, creative projects always are, because you can have the greatest people in the world, but sometimes it still just doesn't work. It doesn't, for
Yeah.
whatever reason. And Mulaney talks about, he says, like, at one point, Martin Short came up to him and he was like, John, this is what show business is. 98% of it is failure.
Yeah. Nothing works then till something works.
Yeah, yeah, which is a very, very nice philosophy. I think he's just
It,
not. He
yeah.
doesn't let any of the stuff get him down. It seems like so.
Yeah. It's both optimistic and realistic at the
Yeah,
same time,
yeah.
which
Just,
is it's a good way to be.
but I think if you've had a career with the longevity of Martin Short, it's yeah. I think it's easier to have that sort of to be that philosophical about it.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say
Mm-hmm.
so. And yeah, and that leads us to now, where now Marty's been kind of busier than he's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Only Murders in the Building, which that might be the biggest thing or the most high profile
Mm-hmm.
thing he's done in a while.
Because it's a
Um,
very sustained success. They've done a lot of seasons of that show.
yeah, and it kind of introduced him to, like, again, a new generation of
Right.
kids. So, like, this is where probably like the Gen Zers would know him and like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that old man's funny, type of
Yeah,
thing.
because it's him, it's Steve Martin, it's Selena Gomez, and
Yeah,
they didn't know Selena Gomez at all, and but they hit it off really well with her, and they all seem to be real life friends. And they're showing some behind the scenes footage, and
yeah.
like Meryl
Shenanigans.
Streep's in there, Paul Rudd's in there, and
Yeah, that was the what, season 2 or 3, I forget, where they were all there.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, then they show that Martin was guest hosting for Jimmy Kimmel at one point. Of course, they talk about the Steve Martin Short tour that they
Mm-hmm.
go on, and the two of them toss jabs back and forth, like, "Hey, you know what I love about touring with Martin Short? No paparazzi."
Yeah. And they talk about how they're similar in that they both want to like continue tailoring and crafting a joke, and we see
Mm,
a little of them going back and forth on like, okay, how do we make this the best it could be, and developing it. And as a comedy nerd, I find that fascinating.
I that really inspires me, because I mean, when you're, I guess, a comedian at that level, but you
Hmm.
still care that much about the joke and you still
Right.
want it to be the best product you put out. That's, when, yeah, I mean, a lot of people at their level just kind of coast on whatever and then just get
Hmm.
by. But like when it's like, no, you care about the art so much that you really want to spend time and energy crafting the jokes to be the best they can be. I'm like, wow, I respect that. Salute, sir.
Yeah.
I salute you, sir.
Yeah. It's really nice to see because it shows that there really is no limit to getting something better.
Mm,
You can always work to make it better and to work stronger and stuff like that. And they both really seem to care about the product. So yeah,
yeah,
that's nice to see. Tom Hanks had a great quote towards the end. He just said, "Marty operates at the speed of joy,"
love it.
and yeah, that's great. I think that sums it up well. They also showed like Marty's Christmas parties where it's like he
Ooh,
performs and everyone else performs, and Andrea Martin's like, "So I have to like take vocal lessons for 6 months to get ready for Marty's Christmas party," and I'm just like, it sounds like it may be kind of exhausting to be Martin Short's friend.
he's a lot. He's a lot.
He's a
I,
lot. I think I could. I think I would love to hang out with him, but only in limited
okay.
doses because I
All
feel
right,
like he would exhaust me.
all right, John.
Yeah.
You can get an invite to Martin Short's Christmas party, but
Hmm.
you have to perform some type of, Christmas song, dance, pageantry, whatever, in front of everybody's. Do
Yeah.
you
This
go?
that would probably be my nightmare. I don't know if I could pick the number,
Yes,
maybe.
yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I'd have to pick something I was comfortable with and knew well.
Uh,
And I
Santa
don't feel
Baby.
like they would be a real judgmental crowd, but still, it would
No,
be. Yeah.
I think
You
it's
think Spielberg's getting up there and singing songs?
that they're singing Santa Baby. Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. I mean, I just have trouble seeing Steven Spielberg belting one out.
I don't know. It's a present tree for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is a crowd of people where, as long as you show that you're trying and
Mm-hmm.
you're having fun with it, they're not going to be like judging you on like how pitchy you are or anything like that. I think it's all in
Right.
good fun. It's like
Yeah.
fun is the name of the game.
I mean, yes, it's if there's a certain comfort level and a certain acceptance level, I think that can be very fun. If people are going to be judgmental dicks about it, then that is some very much less fun. So,
Okay, so you're going if we have to do a song.
oh, I mean, you'd have to go to his Christmas party just for the experience, right?
Yay! Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So John, you and me, we're doing "Run Run Rudolph" on a I don't know what instrument can you play, like a recorder or something.
yeah. The only instrument I've ever played in my life is a recorder in like
Nice.
in grade school.
Nice.
Um, yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Run Rudolph would not be my first choice, but okay,
It's
whatever.
the first. I thought it was the funniest Christmas song I could think of at the time.
Okay, all right. That
Dominic the
was that Chuck
Donkey. I don't know.
Berry?
I think so. Run, Rudolph. Run. I think
Yeah,
so. Um, but yeah, like those parties, like out of insane. I think Sally Field was at one of them. I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
Tom Hanks bought her. But yeah, those are fantastic. And yeah, then the the doc sort of ends with like some more footage of Martin and his family and just
Mm-hmm.
operating at the speed of joy. Eugene Levy saying, "Yeah, there's nobody faster, smarter, or funnier than my friend Martin." And I
Mm-hmm.
kind of have to agree. His Martin Short has such a quick wit. He's really like he's on it.
He's very sharp, yeah, and he's an excellent roaster too. I mean, I've seen him. I would look forward to seeing him on Conan O'Brien's show and now on Conan's podcast. And he just has so many great zingers. He's like, you know, the amount of plastic surgery you're having, do like 20% more and then stop. Just so funny, so cutting, and yet, I mean, it's there's still that underlying affection too,
Yeah,
which is fun. So
yeah. See, he should be at one of these roast shows. Like he's
he would be
fucking
great.
good.
He would be great. I didn't watch that Kevin Hart roast at all. Did you watch that at all?
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of those. It just seems like people just being kind of mean to be mean. Like it's one thing because like roast started off as like friends of yours,
Yeah.
lightly roasting you to but to show that comes out of love to show that they care about you. But like now it's gotten this thing of people who don't know you saying the meanest horrible shit about you to
Mm-hmm.
your face, and it's just I don't know, just for exposure or and it's
It's
got to
less
me
fun
through.
when it's like total randos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
like and it's like ugh, this feels gross. Yuck. No, thank you.
I don't know. I can still enjoy roast if I like the subject, or if I don't like the subject, I have to really really like the guests.
You
And
know,
like Kevin Hart, I don't have enough interest in to watch a roast on him.
oh no.
Um, I never bothered with the oh shit sports star Nikki Glazer had her big breakout there.
Oh, Tom Brady,
The Tom Brady roast. I didn't bother with that because I don't care about Tom Brady.
as you shouldn't.
Yeah. But I was like, oh well, hey, that's great. It was such a great thing for Nikki Glazer because I think she's funny and
Yeah,
I
it was
enjoy her. So
definitely boosted her her career.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. And I
Uh,
was like, I could watch her segment, but I'm so not a sports person. I probably wouldn't be able to follow up a lot of her jokes. So I'll just take people's word for it that it's funny. So
making jokes about touchdowns. That's football, right?
yeah, that's the one with the pointy ends.
Yeah, that's the foosball, if I'm not
But
mistaken.
but it's interesting to see like how everyone has just such affection for Martin Short, and they close the doc. They have a shot of Martin Short's daughter and Catherine O'Hara because Catherine O'Hara passed away very
Mm,
recently. I'm sure as they were like putting this doc together, and
yeah, in January.
yeah, and tragically, Martin Short's daughter committed suicide
Yeah, just
sometime very recently. So like these weren't things that the doc could cover in any sort of depth, um, which is I don't know. Yeah, it feels a little incomplete. because of that, because we know about this very, very recent tragedy in his life.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but both of these things happened
Yeah.
so recently. As I mean, I guess they could have just held off on it and just filmed something and added it on to it, but maybe that would have felt more tacked on or something.
Yeah, I don't know. If it were my film, I don't know if I would be like, oh, should we like try to reconceive the film and address this in some fashion, or just do the short tribute that Lawrence Kasdan did? I mean, yeah, I totally get it if it's still too raw to discuss. I know Martin Short, he recently guest starred on, I think it was CBS This Morning,
Yeah,
um, and he talked about his daughter's death publicly for the first time. And like another thing they didn't touch on at all is that he has apparently he's in a relationship with Meryl Streep now.
yeah, that didn't come up. I mean, again, maybe that's something he'd rather not talk
Yeah, I
about.
think
Or
it's just they are both. Well, I maybe not they are both, but but I think it's fair to say she's probably a pretty private person.
yeah,
So
Meryl Streep. I mean, yeah, she's not on the socials.
yeah,
She kind of keeps to herself. She does the work, and then she just kind of,
she does the work. She
stays.
blows everybody away with her acting,
Yeah, and then
and
that's it.
that's
And then
and that's fine. That's like that's
that's
all any celebrity owes us. Anything a celebrity chooses to reveal beyond what they give us in their work, that's
yeah.
fine. That's their choice, but it is not an essential thing, you know?
No, I mean, I guess I do wonder, like, has that become an essential thing in today's Hollywood now, where they're like, oh no, you have to promote this movie, you have to go on Hot Ones, and you have to, put something up on your Instagram account and show your house and where you live and show your feet or whatever.
I think it's a much more expected thing. Yeah, but I don't know if it should be. I don't know if we necessarily gain a lot by
yeah, part of me thinks,
celebrities.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, part of me thinks like, when did this start? I think it started with like the Osbournes, when that like reality show, like people
Uh
were
huh.
letting cameras into their house, and then that became a huge hit. And like every celebrity kind of let cameras into their house, and then like
Yeah.
kind of
And I think also like even something as recent as COVID, like we'd see a lot of celebrities appearing on Zoom interviews and stuff. So you like kind of get to see some celebrity houses that you might not have ever seen before. So I think there is more of an expectation for it in this
yeah,
age of social media and all that. But
but I don't know if I don't know how good it is. Like I feel like there should be a little bit
yeah,
of a divide between celebrities and the fan base, and I don't know.
yeah. I mean, on one hand, it is neat that you can just address a celebrity on their socials or something like that, and sometimes even like have an exchange with them. But on the other hand, that can also be a horrible thing if like you or the celebrity is a hideous asshole. So
Yeah, it's like Meryl Streep. I sent you my phone number. Why don't you call me
yeah,
or
or just
whatever?
like oh Meryl, like I mean Jimmy Kimmel has that whole mean tweets segment
Yeah,
where it's just like people who have like tagged celebrities with these horrible insults and
Margot
I don't
Robbie.
know.
Why
I don't
won't you
know if
date
that's
me?
healthy.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
people can get real jerky online.
Yeah, and also like so many people just have these weird parasocial relationships with celebrities. It's like,
Yeah, yeah, that too.
yeah,
It gets weird. Oof.
yeah, I don't know. Like we watch a documentary like this. This is like an hour 45 minute doc. Do we know Martin Short any better than we would have otherwise? I don't know. I don't
Um,
know.
I mean, I know, I found out facts about him, about like,
Yeah,
his brother and the fact that he won a Tony and stuff.
right.
But I mean, for the most part, he's pretty much the guy that I kind of always thought he was. Just
Yeah,
hilarious, gregarious, super nice and kind, loves his family, has gone through all this adversity, and like, he gets through this adversity using humor and joy and whatnot, and he's kind of come out the other side of it. Yeah, I mean, I learned a few things about him from this documentary. I don't know if I would say I know him any better, but I still enjoyed this
yeah.
doc. I enjoyed
I
it
did too. I did too. There's like a lot of home movie stuff in there. So
so much.
it's interesting to see a peek into his life. So it's and it prevents the doc from being like all talking heads.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, for sure. That could be a
Yeah,
little.
I mean actual shots of talking heads, not like
Yes.
David Byrne's old band coming
Yeah.
in. Although that would be cool too.
This is not my beautiful house. How did I get here? Yeah, Marty, Life is Short. I would recommend it. I would say it's
I
pretty great.
recommend it. I think I gave it 3.5 stars on Letterboxd.
That's
Yeah,
fair enough. I would give it about
yeah.
that. Yeah,
I think that's what 3.5 stars. So
yeah. So yeah, streaming on Netflix. Go check it out, guys.
yeah.
Why don't you? And yeah, that's our episode for today. Thanks again for
Mm-hmm.
listening, as always, to the podcast. You could follow us on the Blue Skies at SNL Nerds. You can listen to this madness on our YouTube page, Non-Productive.com. You can
Mm-hmm.
donate to our Patreon. And
Mm-hmm. Helps us
as
keep it going
yeah,
and the operating costs and all that stuff. And
indeed,
yeah, rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice, and tell your friends about the podcast. That really helps us out, and we want to spread the word.
spread the GD word, for Pete's sake.
That's
And
right.
yeah, and as always, you can follow me on all the socials at Darren Credible, DARIN Credible.
And you can follow me on the socials at Trumbull Comic. That's TRUMBULL and the word comic. And so that's Marty. Life is Short.
Mhm.
So yeah, we watched a documentary, Darren.
Well, how about this, John? How about on the next episode, how about we switch things up and watch a documentary?
Ooh, I like that. That's lots of variety. Okay, but I'm going to throw this back at you.
Ooh.
What if we watched a documentary about somebody involved with the production of Saturday Night Live, just to mix things up?
I'm going to volley this back at you. I'm going to throw it up the flagpole, see if it flies.
Mm-hmm.
What if we do a documentary about the man who is involved with the production of Saturday Night Live? The man who basically created and gave birth to the show that is Saturday Night Live.
Wally the Cue Card guy?
No, the other guy.
Oh, Lorne Michaels.
Yeah, there it is. Yes,
Yeah, okay.
that's right.
Yes.
Next episode is coming out on Peacock. We're doing it, talking about the documentary Lorne.
Lorne, yes.
Lorne.
Big documentary all about Lorne Michaels. So we're going to watch this. The man, the myth, the legend, the mystery that is Lorne Michaels.
That's right.
This is it's put together by the guy who put together some of the 50th anniversary documentaries that debuted on Peacock last year. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, this should be interesting. Like, I'm really kind of want to see what this is all about. I mean, Lorne is notoriously kind of a bit of a private, mystical figure, like
enigmatic, tough to read.
Yes,
I mean, even people in the trailer, like they're asking various SNL cast members, is like, "What do you know about Lorne's childhood?" And they're like, he grew up in Canada." And Michael J just goes, "We should meet Lorne sometime."
It's like, we really should.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot is known about him. Let's see if this documentary gets to find out anything about him. Directed by Morgan Neville. It's Lorne. So yeah, we're talking all about Lorne on the next episode of SNL Nerds.
And that is coming out on Peacock this coming Friday, the 5th of June. So if you watch SNL on Peacock, you can watch this documentary on Peacock. You have no excuse.
None.
No excuse, unless, I don't know, you don't want to watch or something.
Then, okay.
And that's fine. You do you. I mean, hey.
Hey, life's all about choices, man.
Exactly. You do you. But that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to be watching the new documentary, Lorne, and we're looking forward to it. So, yeah, please join us next week for that. But until then, Nerd out!
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer, Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.